Hey you guys, it's Robin, and for my 15th birthday, I'm making this mid-season discussion on everything from plot to ship dynamics. And instead of doing reviews on the episodes prior to Monster Bash, I'm going to be incorporating my theories from those into this video, along with my personal opinions since a lot of you guys have been asking me what ship team I'm on and what I think about some stuff. So I'm definitely going to answer all those questions and tell you exactly what I think and predict, along with some jaw-dropping theories. So without further ado, let me get into this first topic. Monsters and Humans. So our first thought is that Meteora is our villain of Season 3, this all-powerful hybrid of both monster and magic. But if that were true, it would mean that the star would have to destroy the one thing that represents everything that she's trying to accomplish, which I think just won't happen. We saw how she was defending Meteora against Mina in Monster Bash. So that brings me to my plot theory. That humans are the villains. I mean, think about it. It was the humans who rejected the monsters for centuries and took their home using magic during the Independence Day, also known as the Great Monster Massacre, and they tried to hide the one thing that represented the unification of both sides, Meteora, and then crystallized her mother not because she was evil, but to make sure that no one else would find out about it, and that Eclipsa could never rule Muni and bring the species together. But now we see Star, someone who's foreshadowed to be like Eclipsa, who also wants peace between the humans and the monsters. So, is Eclipsa really evil? The answer is that she never was. Instead, it looks like she was the only queen to want peace before Star, and that the humans made her seem evil to prevent it from happening again, and locked her chapter, which, like Star said, wasn't even that evil. I mean, look at her and Star's magic, seen in Baby. It combines both good and evil to create something beautiful. So that brings me to Toffee. With the perspective that the humans were the bad guys, does that mean that Toffee was really evil? Okay, hear me out. I mean, he did do some pretty destructive stuff, but I think that I now understand that they're for the right reasons. Going back to Independence Day, the humans used magic to destroy the monster civilization and replace it with their own kingdom bordered by magic to keep the monsters out. This magic revolves around the butterfly family heirloom, the wand. All Toffee wanted was to destroy the wand so that the humans couldn't live in power anymore. When he was presented with it in the season 1 finale, he didn't want to use its power, but instead he shoved it away and wanted it destroyed. And then in Battle for Muni, after he thought he succeeded in destroying it, he started to walk away, because that was all he wanted, to destroy it. But enough about Toffee. Let me raise the question of who is the rightful queen and princess of Muni. I don't think Eclipsa was officially resigned from being queen, and Meteora was born the heir but never got to be. So who did? I mean, does this mean that Eclipsa had another child before she ran away? Or is the line of queens since then are just frauds? Seen in Deep Dive, the butterfly family apparently aren't the only ones to carry magic inside them, and with the wand are able to scrape the hobo gravy, like Glossaric said in Into the Wand. And their cheap marks appear when it's triggered. So, could the butterfly family actually be frauds? I think it's possible. But speaking of Deep Dive, brings me to my next topic. Besides the human royalty as a whole, who could possibly be the sole force of evil in Season 3? And my money is on Marco. And yes, I'm actually being serious. We all know that the monster arm may or may not be living secretly dormant inside Marco, which was highlighted in the Marco live chat on season 3, which I made an analysis on if you want to check that out after this video. But anyway, in Deep Dive, like I mentioned before, the wand triggered the magic inside Marco, which could mean that it somehow awakened the monster virus inside him, especially since he used a dark spell, the All-Seeing Eye. But what really sold me on this theory is the appearance of the wand. When I saw it, I first thought of when I saw like the bat wings, it reminded me of the wings on his dragon cycle. And the spikes and his cheek marks are also comparable to those of Queen Selena, who held cosmic secrets. Not sure what the connection is there. Hit me with a theory in the comments. But then I realized the answer has been waving in front of our faces this whole time. In the logo for the show, that reads Star versus the forces of evil. It has a star shape in the word star from Star's wand. And in the word evil, it has the exact same bat wing and color that is in Marco's wand. So you guys, like, if we're reading the logo now from now knowing it resembles the wands, it means Star versus Marco, and that Marco is the evil one. In my Monster Marco theory video, which I will link at the end, I talked about how the broken wand in season 2 had a green dark side, which proved to represent Marco, whereas the other side represented Star, out of the idea of Star and Marco being two halves of a whole. Now that I think about it, it can also symbolize bringing the monsters and humans together. But let me get into Marco's cheek marks that were also revealed in Deep Dive. The crescent moon shape obviously represents the blood moon. Even before the wand transforms, Marco says, "It's like our souls are bonded," which is an interesting choice of words, considering that the words souls and bonded were how the blood moon guy describes the abilities of the blood moon, saying that it selects two lucky souls, binding them together for eternity. I'm not sure what accent that was there. So yeah, guys, the blood moon, which is also in the intro, is back and is leading to a huge arc that may just be the finale of season 3. But this talk of the blood moon leads me to my next topic, ships, beginning with Starco. The ship has dominated the majority of the series, not only in the hearts of the fans, including myself, but in the hearts of Star and Marco too. We all knew that Star had built up feelings for Marco in season 2, but in Lava Lake Beach, it was confirmed that Marco not only had feelings for Star, but had them all along trapped inside him and was hidden by denial. So why do I say this? Well, first, Marco always left Jackie for Star when they were together, and second, does that look like the face of someone who has no idea what's going on when he's told about his feelings for Star? His tone, reaction, and face expression all say that he was subconsciously in huge denial. When he said that, if anything, he was sad about Jackie, he not only hesitated, but the look on his face read that he was trying to convince himself that it was true. So, what's his feelings for Jackie fake? Well, Marco practically grew up with a crush on Jackie, making it almost seem like a second nature to him, and that is really the only thing he knew for sure. But then Star came into his life, and he started to get feelings for her, but didn't realize it was happening until eventually he became in denial about it, but also not fully acknowledging it. So he dated Jackie because he was aware of his feelings for her, and she was finally into him. Then, like you know, Jarko ended when Marco couldn't let go of Star, which I analyzed in a couple of my reviews. But yeah, it was really great to see my huge theory about Marco having feelings for Star all along actually come true in Lava Lake. which I started writing about 2 days prior to Battle for Immunity. Anyways, the overall message in Lava Lake is that you can't make yourself miserable by holding on to feelings for someone who is unavailable. And that really answers my questions, or everybody's questions, as to why Star was able to move on from Marco so fast. Well, she's becoming a much more mature character in the season. But like she said in Star Crushed, she thought that she knew that Marco didn't feel the same way about her. And in Season 3, realized that he's not only with Jackie, but it's unhealthy for her to be messed up over him. Sarko in Season 3 is very comparable to Reverse Season 2, which was especially seen in Lava Lake, and how it was the opposite of just friends. You know, Marco getting jealous over Star and Tom versus Star getting jealous over Marco and Jackie, kisses, walking away, you know, all that reversal. And now Marco is the one with the hidden feelings for Star, and let me just say, it is pretty adorable, and it's transforming his character. I gotta admit, he was a bit of a douche in a couple of the episodes in the first week, but now he's a lot more likable, and especially over how he's worrying and blushing over Star in Deep Dive and Nightlife. And then there's the phrase soul rise in Lava Lake. And in my opinion, it symbolizes the marking of the start of Marco's new character development, because the word soul was it was supposed to be Marco's original name before the series began, but then eventually got changed to Marco. So the phrase soul rise could be translated to Marco's rise or the rise of Marco. Also, the fact that it began his birthday symbolized a new year or a new arc. I'm personally a Starco shipper, but not as much as I used to be, because like many troubled Starco shippers and all shippers in the series, for me, the Tom Star cuteness has been taking over my shipping preference. As I mentioned in a lot of previous videos, I hope I'm not annoying you guys by mentioning this too much, but Tom is one of my favorite characters because his character development is just so great, and it's really showing too, like, with oh my god, with what was seen in Lava Lake and Monster Bash, his character development is really showing. There were a couple moments where Tom would have no doubt burst into flames from anger if it was like Season 1 or Season 2, but he didn't. And it's not only that he's fighting it super hard, but it's just become easier for him to control it, because he's really making progress. Even the time in Monster Bash when he did burst into flames, it was only for like 1 second, and he actually didn't destroy anything. Star inspired him to become a better prince and become a better person. Not to get Star back, but because it was what he wanted. And for real, come on, you guys. How cute was Tom Star in Monster Bash? That kiss on the cheek and that whole scene literally attacked me with feels. I swear, the ship episodes in this season are killing all of us. It's like this war inside our hearts of what ship. We're so confused. It's like, and for Tom Star, it's like cute enough when Tom is being romantic and all cute, but then to see Star be into him is such a great dynamic, considering how against she was in the earlier seasons. And another reason why I enjoy the ship so much is how every aspect of it is unpredictable. From how Star blowed in his mouth, then was all cute kissing him, to them actually being together, considering how against she was about it before. But on a more plot note, when is Star going to tell Tom about her portaling and waking power? I guess she's not really portaling anymore because she got control of it, but when is she gonna tell Tom that she can do that stuff? Hopefully soon, because I feel like the more she keeps it secret from him, it could, like, you know, ruin their trust if he finds out by her not telling him. So that kind of wraps up Tom, Star, and my next ship goes to Calco, which kind of happened out of nowhere, but is kind of cute. I mean, there's no denying that, but I just don't feel much for it. That's just my opinion. I don't really think that it's going to happen but I mean, it might, because then again, Kelly is in the intro, so I think she's going to have a bigger significance on Marco later in season 3 when the ship square intensifies even more than it is now, if that's even possible. But speaking of the intro, is Jana, which we saw in Deep Dive. A lot of people have been shipping Jana with Tom, which is the ship name Jan Tom. And could it be real? Well, I mean, I don't really ship it because they've literally never met, but I have a feeling it could lead to something if they were to meet, considering the bold ship arcs and arcs in general in the season, and how Jana is in the intro along with Kelly. And we seem to have a ship-based intro here. And then there's Hekapu and Marco, which I'm not really sure what the ship name is, but I kind of came up with Markapu. I think it's cute. Anyways, I actually like the ship because, I mean, Hekapu and Marco are so cool together. And Marco said it himself, his time with Hekapu has been the highlight of his time on Muni. But even so, he still picked Star over his adventuring with Hekapu, which surprisingly caused her to look really sad. I think that Hekapu actually has feelings for him, or at least in his adult form. When she said that Star was lucky to have him as a squire, it was kind of like in a jealous, sad, but also in an accepting way. And when Marco used his dreamy voice on her, it triggered the soft spot she has for him. But you guys, am I the only one who got reminded of Eugene's smolder look? And you guys, for the final ship topic, drumroll please. Will Eclipsa be reunited with her monster boo? I have no clue, but I mean, Eclipsa and Meteora were able to live this long, so why couldn't he? I personally think monsters have a lot longer lifespan or something, so if we saw him, it would be really cool to see what kind of person he is. But that is where this discussion ends. For now, at least. So tell me what you're thinking in the comments below, because like someone once said, all knowledge is good knowledge. That was a really horrible impression. But if you enjoyed this, give me a like and subscribe to stay tuned for more. Bye!